Welcome back to the Shuffle Squad. Today we are going to be covering over some new tabletop gameplay featuring Hydreigon EX and an updated Miraidon EX list with Pikachu EX, two really cool decks from this new metagame. So I'm going to be playing against PJ. What are your early thoughts on the matchup, PJ?
I'm really excited to try out this newer build. It's got a lot of cool new cards from Surging Sparks. I want to see how it actually works. I miss playing Miraidon, so this is going to be a great test to see how it plays in the new meta.
Gotcha. Yeah, and for me, I think Hydreigon, I've always liked that 130, 130, 130, the 200 maybe setup damage attack. So hopefully there's some cool gameplay. Give this video a like, share, subscribe, and check out our description for both of the lists that you can copy and paste right into PTCG Live. Let's jump into it. Pretty excited to see how this new build of Hydreigon works out. I'm not sure how Miraidon matchup goes, but what do you think, PJ? Any early thoughts?
I mean, I'm just ready to see if Miraidon can work and be a little bit more consistent with the other elements. I know beforehand Miraidon struggled with its mid to late game, and I think that with all of the new cards, that really doesn't, or it gives it some extra legs to stand on. You know what I mean? Like the Surging Sparks definitely was breathing some life into Miraidon. It was dying. It was on its last leg.
That's fair. Yeah, it needed that. Do you want to call heads or tails?
Tails, please.
And we got heads. I think I probably want to go second with my deck just to try to get set up a little bit better.
Sure.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Playing with the black katanas today.
Ooh, nice.
Nice black and purple scheme I've got going on here.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So I'm going first. I'm gonna draw for turn. What's nice here is that I got a handful of energy, so I can go ahead and Ultra Ball those away with the Magnemite in the active spot here. I don't think you're taking a knockout on turn one.
Especially not with the Lumineon start. Anyone who's watching at home, it's not just you. Give this video a like for if you've ever started with Lumineon or a basic you didn't want to start with.
That's right. All right, so we're going to get Miraidon off the Ultra Ball here, and then I will tandem unit to go in and find some other cards here. So I think the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to daisy chain my Miraidons a little bit. I think that's not a bad way to be. And, well, maybe we aren't daisy chaining, but it's okay. Everything's fine. And for me, I think that just getting set up and ready to go here is probably the name of the game. I am going to get a Pikachu EX and a Raikou V to get the game rolling for me. Because we can always tandem unit again next turn, since we're going first. So I got a single prizer in the active spot. I think what I'll do next is I want to try to electric generator. So we'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got a lot of energy still left in the deck. Wow, look at that.
That's pretty good, PJ.
Pretty good, pretty good. All right, so we're gonna go E generator, pop 2 on the Raikou. Seems fine.
Sure.
I'll attach to the active Magnemite and just retreat down here. Then I'll go ahead and Fleetfoot to draw one more card. I know that I used that. I haven't attached for turn here.
You attached to your active, no?
Oh, you're right, you're right. I have attached for turn. Thanks for checking me where I need to be checked here, Zach. So I'm going to go ahead and just pass it right back over to you.
Okay. So I got Buddy Poppins in my hand. Maybe I should have went first. Although if I went first, you would have knocked me up. So let's go for Deino. Let's go for another Deino. Deino. I feel like we already had this discussion.
Yeah. We did have this discussion in your other Hydreigon video, but
I don't remember exactly what the answer was, to be honest.
Let's call it Deino for all intents and purposes.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get.
If we're wrong, please blame us in the comments.
Yeah. Just blame PJ. He deserves it. I'm gonna go grab Cleffa and Pidgey.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Earthen Vessel away and Arvin.
Mm.
Now this build's really cool. I first saw it with Evan Campbell playing a handful of different things. So I'm just gonna grab the Dark Energy. Dark Energy goes there. Arvin gets played because I haven't played that yet. And I think the pure Dark build of this deck seems really cool.
Yep.
A lot of cool things going on there. So there's a Forest Seal Stone, and I need to grab myself an item card. I'm not sure which item card I actually want to grab. Maybe just in case you go after Lumineon, I think something like maybe a Fezandipiti goes kind of hard here. Playing a Nest Ball for the Fezandipiti. I'm gonna put Forest Seal Stone on here. Should be pretty good. I think PJ and I also we're both a little bit more awake today than we have been in some other videos. So hopefully there's no gameplay errors today.
Right. I got a little bit more caffeine in me now that I'm home back from Brazil, and
I still I went to Costco and I have some of those jalapeno bagels, and that's gonna be my plan, is a coffee and a jalapeno bagel. So I'm going to retreat Lumineon, not using the V-Star because I want to keep that potentially for afterwards. Now I'm going to use Grasping Draw, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to get me up to 7, and I'll pass back to you.
Perfect. All right, cool. I think the next step for me is I will Tandem Unit. So we'll use that and get set up here a little bit more. I think going in for an Iron Hands, and I'm just trying to check to see if there's any other big ones I might want to get here. I think just Iron Hands and maybe even a Zapdos. I'm gonna go for a Zapdos, get that set up.
Okay, so that's your full 5.
We got the full 5.
I'm glad that I'm recovering from the Lumineon start. It's like, I want to show the people a video today. Show them exactly what's going on with this deck.
I will evolve into a Magneton. I think I'll Fleet Foot next to just draw an extra card. Okay, that's not really what I wanted, but it's okay. So we've got 3 energy here. Let's see. How can I start this the right way? I think I am going to Overvolt Discharge and discard the Magneton, knocking it out. So Zach gets to take a prize here. And I'll put 3 energy on the Iron Hands. I'm going to attach an energy from hand, and I'll go ahead and just retreat the Raikou here. And now I only have 4 on the bench, which is totally fine. I feel like the Raikou is a better attacker into something like your Hydreigon. And then I'm just going to amp you very much on the Cleffa for 2 prize cards.
Gotcha. So, I mean, that's a pretty big turn. Better than I thought it was actually going to work out for you. You have 4 prize cards left, so that's okay. So let's go. Pidgey goes up in the active. And it's just because I'm going to be able to get free retreat off of this. So I'm actually going to go ahead and I think I'm going to Ultra Ball away a Nest Ball. And I'm trying to think about maybe something I don't need. I'm going to grab a Dark Energy discarded here, so maybe I could start attacking with something else. So let's go ahead and make that happen.
You got
go
it.
for a Pidgeot. Throw Candy into Pidgeot.
Yep.
And before I do anything else here, I think my first step is probably going to be using Fezandipiti, because I want to try to use my ability, draw some cards, then decide exactly
right, because it gives you more access to resources that are in your deck. Besides, you know, you could draw into another rare candy here.
Yeah, and the reason why I wanted to discard one of those Dark Energies is just for Dark Patch purposes. So let's go ahead and use the Fezandipiti. We're going to draw 3. 1, 2, 3. Interesting. Not exactly what I was trying to go for, but that's all right. let's go. Dark Patch goes here.
Mm-hmm.
Onto Deino. I think what I'm going to do is I need to get a rare candy up in here, so let's go ahead, search my deck for rare candy, because I don't think you'll have an easy time knocking out Hydreigon.
Right.
So this gets me rare candy Hydreigon.
Mm-hmm.
This gets me a counter gain because I'm going to be behind on prize cards. I don't think there's really too much else here, so I'm just going to go double check here. I have a Palpad in my hand. I'll be complete. I don't want to get back Arvin, I don't think. So let's go ahead and let's Iona you to 4. Just going to make sure I shuffle my deck after my search.
Do you want to cut my Iona deck?
Yeah, exactly. I do.
Okay. All right, so I'll even cut for the stream here for chat. So we cut that, and then we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, like so.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Not entirely what I wanted. But I am going to use my V-Star, searching my deck for a Neo Upper Energy because I haven't attached, so I've gone Dark Patch, counter gain, Neo Upper Energy.
So essentially you have enough for both attacks in your Hydreigon right now.
Yeah. And I'm just going to retreat here for free into Hydreigon. And so the thing about this build of the deck is you have to keep yourself behind on prize cards for counter gain to work. And you also have to make sure that you have access for Neo Upper Energy. So I'm just like debating, do I go after your Zapdos to put me on even prize cards? That sounds kind of good, but I also think being behind could potentially put you away from any counter catcher, anything else like that. So
right.
Being behind is probably good. Can it put me into any awkward situations? I mean, I'm going to use my Obsidian attack, hit your active for 130.
You got it.
And then I can choose 2 of your bench Pokemon. I think in one of our previous ones, I just chose 133 different ways.
Right.
I was winning the game that turn anyway, so it probably didn't matter. But so I can't hit Pikachu because Pikachu has its Terra ability, so I know that for sure. As much as it might be a really cool target because you can kind of get around its other ability. But I think what I'm going to do here is hit your Raikou for 130. And I actually think I'm going to knock... Zapdos has 120?
120, yes.
Yeah, so I'm going to knock out Zapdos. The reason why I'm not doing the Miraidon is because you have Bravery Charm, which could bring you over 130, which would take me out of the game. Because next turn, I'm trying to win the game next turn.
Exactly.
At least that's the plan. So I'm going to draw my singular prize card and put it back to you.
You got it. All right, cool. I'm going to draw for turn here. So I have an interesting play on what I could do right now.
I don't like that word. I don't like the interesting.
Do it. So I'm gonna go ahead and use Heavy Ball. That's the first thing that I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna get the Magneton out with Heavy Ball. I'll shuffle these prize cards up here, and I'm gonna bench Magneton. Now I know it sounds kind of quirky.
Your Zapdos is gone, by the way.
Oh, the Zapdos is dead. You're right. So we're moving that off. We're putting Magnemite in its place, though. So I will put a Bravery Charm on the Miraidon. So that seems fine. I'm going to attach a Forest Seal Stone to the Raikou V. Let's see here. What's the better play? I think what I'm going to do is I will use my V-Star.
Okay.
And then my V-Star is going to go in and get me a secret magical card.
Secret magical card, maybe Electric Generator? What card could it be?
It's a special Poké Tool we'll use for later. So so I think what I'll do is I'll use that, and then I am gonna boss's orders your Pidgeot EX on the bench.
Uh-oh.
Then I will place Gravity Mountain into play, so that gives Pidgeot 250 HP instead of 280.
Yeah.
I think I am actually a little short, but
Were you trying to use Ampy very much on Pidgeot?
I was trying to do that, but you know what? I feel like I just don't want you to have boss. So I want to arm press you for one or a whole lot. Not that it matters here, but
Gotcha.
it also reduces your Hydreigon EX.
Sure, we'll give it that. So that's gonna put PJ down to that's
2 price.
One. You've drawn too many. Oh no, never mind. You're right.
It's okay.
You've used amp and then sorry. You're good. You're
Yes,
good.
arm press.
Amp and arm press. Sorry. When it comes to drawing extra prize cards and then the lack thereof, I'm like, what's going on here? And I think for me, I actually just have game with Obsidian, right? Hitting your active and then hitting your bench Raikou.
Yeah, because you could take 5 prize cards here.
Yeah, I could take up to 5 prize cards by knocking out the Iron Hands, the Raikou, and the Magneton. So I'm a do just that. We're gonna knock out those and
right. And I mean, you're taking 4 prize cards even if I didn't put the Magnemite in play. So that was like my Hail Mary play, I guess. Getting the Zapdos off the field helped, but it's still, you're too powerful once you have a Hydreigon in play. It's
a very powerful card, and it has a lot of HP.
Right. I mean, smacking that thing, I don't think that there was a way on board I really could have hit for 300 damage that turn, especially with the Zapdos gone.
Yeah, no, 100%.
We're going to try this. I'm going to go second this game. So let's see if I put on a little bit more pressure going second. Let's see if Miraidon can make it happen. But yeah, a big giant Hydreigon with a Pidgeot on board, and you had Fez to try to draw into more options. I could have, I guess, retreated, but it didn't even matter because Zach can just hit my bench, and I don't play Manaphy in this deck. So
yeah, I'm going first. Yeah.
You're going first. How the turn one amp you very much. That was always cute. So
yeah, it was.
All right, let's see if we can make this happen. Okay, so not the worst starting hand.
I don't feel very great about mine, I'll tell you that. I liked it a little bit better last game. Okay. So I'll pick up for my turn. Oh, you want to know what? This is actually okay, I think. Nestball's gonna at least get me out the Deino.
Yep.
Do I think you're gonna knock out my Pidgey? Maybe. I'd like to attach an energy if that's possible. I'm just gonna go Ultra Ball here. Ultra Ball. I'm gonna search for Rotom. I mean, if you end up knocking out my Pidgey, or if you knock out this Pokemon, it's gonna be tough for me. Okay, Dark, and then I'll use my ability to draw 3.
Sweet. All right, cool. I'll take my first turn here. Wow. Well, I think what I'm going to have to do is Squawk and Seize. And as you can see, I have 3 lightning energy, 2 metal energy, and an electric generator. So hopefully the Squawk and Seize is going to put me in a nice place afterwards. So I'll get to draw 6. Haven't used supporter, which is good. That's, you know what? That's a pretty good supporter. So I will take that. The first thing I'm going to do is going to use Arven. And Arven's going to get me a Nest Ball for sure.
Yep.
And then I think what I want to do is get a Forest Seal stone here too. The nest ball, I'll put the Forest Seal in hand. I'm going to use the nest ball, and that's going to get me my Miraidon to get set up here. And we're going to use that. And I will tandem unit, and I'm going to get a Raikou and do a Pikachu here too.
Okay. Looking pretty cool.
Not a bad first turn by any means. I don't know if I'm going to use the Forest Seal Stone just yet, so I'm going to shuffle and re-look at my hand and evaluate the situation. Yeah. Okay, so I think the next thing for me to do is I'm gonna play an electric generator. Let's see how deep we can get. 3, 4, 5. Take a look. Okay, there's one. I am just gonna put it on the Raikou here.
Sure.
And we'll shuffle those, shuffle them back into the deck. I'm gonna attach a Forest Seal Stone to Raikou. I'll bench a Zapdos. The thing is, do I want to bench the Zapdos yet? That's a tough one. I think I'm gonna just play it safe here. I will bench the Zapdos, and then I'm just gonna pass it back over to you. I'm gonna play it a little bit more casually. I haven't used the V-Star.
Gotcha.
So I think we're okay.
I'm gonna go Buddy Pop in here.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna try to get myself prepared in case anything goes wrong. So I'm gonna get a Pidgey.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing that I have here is I have a Terra Orb, so I can Terra Orb for the Hydreigon.
Mm-hmm.
Not exactly what I wanted, because I was trying to get a Pidgeot EX out, or a supporter, or any of the above, but I am able to go at least rare candy into this. And I still have Rotom, so I'm not like upset that I'm able to draw another 3 cards. So I'm gonna draw cards from Rotom. 1, 2, 3 cards there.
You got it. Cool. Alright, I'm gonna draw for turn. Okay, that was a pretty good top deck. I will put Area 0 into play.
That's also activating for me. Let's go! Terra Pokemon Unite!
I think the first thing I'll do is I'm going to play a Nest Ball. A Nest Ball is going to give me another new card for this deck, and that's going to be the Latias EX. So that gives all of my basic Pokemon free retreat, essentially. So we're going to do that first.
Shout out the retreats.
And then I'll use Tandem Units here. I think Tandem Unit's going to get me an Iron Hands, and it's gonna get me a Raikou V, or I'm sorry, a Raichu V. It's a card we haven't seen a whole lot of.
Probably good at knocking out something like this.
Right.
Also, just shameless plug here, the Shuffle Squad is sponsored by Kayfabe Cards. So if you are trying to pick up any of these cards, like the new Hydreigon or that Latias EX that we see on PJ's bench, check out kayfabecards.com. I think they also just announced that they're vending Sacramento, right?
Right.
So check them out there at some of the Pokemon official regionals and their store, online store, all that great stuff.
All right, cool. So let's see what I want to do here. I'm gonna go ahead and just retreat for free, and then Fleet Foot for 1. Okay, so at this point, kind of want to I don't know if I want to use the Forest Seal Stone just yet, but it seems like I might have to. So I am going to flip the Forest Seal Stone.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to get a Lightning Energy here.
One of the greatest uses for Forest Seal Stone.
I know, right?
You may use this amazing ability once during the game. Search your deck for a basic energy. Amazing!
How did he do it? So I think what I'm going to do, I'll boss's orders up your Hydreigon at this point because you aren't behind in prizes yet. I do have a full bench of 8 Pokemon. Zach has 4 Pokemon on the bench.
Yep.
So if we do the math, that's 12 total. So that's 120 plus the 20 from my active. So I'm sorry.
260, I believe.
260. So I can attack with Lightning
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 240 plus 20, 260.
Yep, exactly.
And that's the plan. That's what we're doing.
That's the plan for
I'm
now.
weak to grass here, in case anyone's wondering what Hydreigon is weak to. I was wondering what it was weak to, so pick up for my turn, and okay, definitely gonna have to cook something up here. Ultra Ball away a Dark Patch and a Alpad.
Sure.
So I'm able to get out Pidgeot with this. So let's go Rare Candy Pidgeot. And I'm gonna use, I think using Quick Search makes a lot of sense here.
Right.
I think a Quick Search for an Arven.
Sure.
Arven for Earthen Vessel, and I'm gonna go for a counter game. Sorry, Earthen Vessel away a... There's the Arven. Earthen Vessel away a Forest Seal Stone. Or not a Forest Seal Stone, a Lumineon. I literally cannot speak today.
Same idea.
Yeah, literally just name off Pokemon cards while I make semi-correct moves. Yeah, I was really hoping I'd get behind on prize cards. If you knocked out like my Pidgey or something, I'd feel a lot more comfortable with the situation.
Right, right.
Okay, so I'm gonna put counter gain on this one.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to plan my army for next turn. I'm gonna attach a dark energy for my hands. And what I'm going to do next is using Pokemon League Headquarters, bumping your area 0. And you have to discard down to 5 Pokemon.
You got it. And also, Zach, for what it's worth, it did do 270 because I forgot the Zapdos extra.
Oh,
damage,
yeah,
so...
you're right. That's fair. We can't forget about Zapdos.
Okay, so we're going to go here. I definitely want this guy. And I probably want this guy. I think we're going to get rid of the Raichu V.
Yep.
Unfortunately, but it's
and then I'm going to use Crashing Headbutt for 200, which gets the knockout, and you flip over your
top 3, right?
3 cards, and you discard them.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. All of those were real good. But it's okay. We'll recover here. Okay, so since everything has free retreat, I'm just going to put Latias EX here.
Yep.
I'm going to draw for turn, and wow, look at that, a Fezandipiti.
You love to see it, everybody. You love to see it.
I'll flip the script here and go 1, 2, 3. Those are also pretty good. I'll use an electric generator. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I think that I'll put these two on Iron Hands. Shuffle the rest into the deck.
Cool.
I'm gonna go back in, and I'll Earthen Vessel away Hisuian Heavy Ball. I'm just gonna go ahead and get 2 Grass Energy out of the deck.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna go back into the deck next, but I'm just trying to plan out my my turn, the rest of my turn. I think I'm gonna use the Ultra Ball, discarding a Grass and another Ultra Ball. That's my discard pile. Get myself a Magneton.
Why couldn't I have discarded the Magneton off my crashing headbutt attack? Come on, man.
I know. there is 2 in the list, so.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, it's an interesting list of Miraidon. Definitely a little bit of a teched out one, if anyone likes to cook a bit.
Yeah, this is the list that came from my my Metafy course. If anyone wants to check that out in the Shuffle Squad's Metafy. All right, so I can do 3 different energies. I think that's kind of where my head's at, is that I can pop this Magneton to not give you.
Well, does it have to be 3 different energies?
It doesn't have to be. It can be
okay.
3
I'm just double
energy
checking.
cards.
Yeah. I don't want to get confused with Magneton as I'm hearing it.
So I'm gonna go ahead and I will get rid of the Magneton this turn, so you don't knock it out.
Okay.
If you can do that, so you get to take 1 more prize card. So now you're at 3, and I'll put these 3 on Pikachu. I'm gonna attach a Grass Energy to Iron Hands, and I'm just gonna go up here and I'll arm press you for solid 160. Oh, you're right. I cannot arm press you.
I guess that's one of the reasons why Pokemon League headquarters can be pretty good.
Right. It does stop me. I wonder...
Yeah, if you want to take back the Grass Energy...
If we backtrack. So I think, honestly, what I'll do is I'm just going to leave the 2 there, and then, because it can be on any...
Yeah, you can make it anything. Yeah. So if you just want to hit for the 160 there to get the knockout... Yes,
I'll just hit the 160, because I need my... my Stadium card to come and play here at some point. So I will take just the 2 prize cards.
Okay. It's 2 prize cards for Mr. PJ. I have 4 Sealstone here.
Mm-hmm.
Latios is weak to Dark.
The Latias is weak to Dark, yeah.
Yeah. So I think the issue is that I'm running out of Pokemon that I could actually kind of knock out pretty easily when it comes down to it. I think this deck would be perfect if there was like a Dark Radiant Charizard or something like that.
Right?
Off the top.
Just throw a Fire Energy in there.
So you're at 4 prize cards, so Counter Gain's not into effect. So I think like what I do here is I go Dark Patch, a Dark Energy onto Deino. I'm going to Quick Search. For a Hydreigon.
Yep.
You have 2 cards in your hands?
I have only 2 cards in my hand.
Dark Energy goes here. Okay, well, I could still use Crashing Headbutt. I think that's a good use of my attack. So let's go hit your active for 200. Not the knockout, but I do get to discard the top 3 cards to your deck.
Right, and we got a Generator, a 0. That would have been helpful, and an RV.
Those are 3 really good cards.
That's pretty good. All right, cool. So let's see what else we got here. I'm going to go ahead and draw for turn. Not a card that we actually need here, but it's still
And for me,
fine.
the most important thing is I'm not activating your Fezandipiti when it seemed like you were a little bit...
Right. I'm going to go ahead and just attach to the Pikachu here. And then I will just arm press you for a nice little 160.
Yeah. I'm going to use Pidgeot EX, searching for a Neo Upper Energy, slap this on here.
Yep.
And then I'm going to play Boss onto your Latios EX. And now when I use Obsidian, I could knock out your active for 260, knock out your Iron Hands for 130, and then I have 130 to place wherever I want. That's not Pikachu.
Right.
So that gets me my other prize cards. So some huge turns here throughout the game. And you want to know what I think? That this build seems so much better than the original build that we played maybe a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
So I think Hydreigon might be part of the real deal now. Like after playing a couple games, like my start wasn't great either game.
Yeah. And we finished a best of 3 set pretty well with a setup deck. I mean, it's set up on both sides, so I think that's also another advantage when we look at how the Pokemon Championship Series is going to be held this circuit for the 24-25 season. You know, we don't want to take those ties. We don't want those long turns. Hydreigon's powerful enough that it can just wipe a board out.
Yeah, and I mean, comeback mechanics, a lot of really cool cards, unique deck.
Right.
And I mean, if you picked up any of those Charizard League Battle decks, or if you picked up the codes from PTCGL store, you could probably put this this deck together pretty cheap.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's gonna be some thoughts on this game afterwards, but we'll close things out. Until then, we'll catch up with y'all next time, but be sure to give this video a like, share, subscribe, and let us know what you think about the matchup or the decks in the comments. So those were some fierce games. I totally thought when I started Lumineon that I was going to get absolutely bodied by a very lightning type deck, but I was able to kind of pull that back. What are your thoughts on the background on how the games kind of played out?
I mean, I wish that I could have had a little bit more mid-game, I think. I think that Hydreigon just put way too much pressure on my board because everything's a 2 prize card knockout for you. And other than that, I do feel like my deck's set up pretty well. It was just trying to find those numbers to come back. You know, there was some energy counts that were off for how I'm hitting you because of your stadium. There was some HP that was out of range. There was a lot of things that were not beneficial to how my board sets up, even though my deck is super aggressive. Your deck just put on way more pressure once you did get your Hydreigon out.
Yeah, that's very true. And I think there's also the other thing that's to be said is, do you go the route that plays the grass and the metal energies to play Pikachu? Do you not go that route? I think maybe after the gameplay, I think that Pikachu is probably just going to be one of those activating cards for Area 0 as a potential. And just a cool bench setter that really can't get one shot. But we'll probably end up revisiting some of these decks in the future because I do want to cover kind of the new ones. I mean, all of you have probably watched 1,000 Regidrago videos, 1,000 Raging Bull videos. Bring us the Ceruledge, the Tatsugiris, you know, all those cool decks that we might not have got a chance to cover before. So if there's any particular decks you want to see, let us know in the comments below. Other than that, appreciate you playing some games with me, PJ, and we'll catch up with all y'all soon. Have yourself a great one. Peace out and have an awesome day. Got to get those balloons with the FaceTime camera. Okay, peace out. Bye. Want to support the Shuffle Squad? Be sure to check out all of our sponsors in the description to pick up Pokemon TCG singles, sealed, and PTCG live codes. You made it to the end. Thank you so much for watching this entire video from the Shuffle Squad. Honestly, from the bottom of our hearts, we appreciate each and every person that supports our content, watches what we have going on every single day, every single week, even from time to time, and continuously allows us to have a forum to project our creative content towards the Pokemon TCG community. So if you haven't already, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and even leave a comment to help boost the YouTube algorithm. That being said, we'll catch you with our next video. Thanks again. Take it easy.